Now, the next graph I want to show you is about IP complaints. Now, there are two types of IP complaints I want to show you. One is going to be a private label product, and the second one is a product you can resell at a very high chance of you getting an IP complaint. Now, to be clear, if you do not know what an IP complaint is, it's an intellectual property complaint lodged by the brand themselves onto all Amazon sellers on the listing who are not authorized to sell their intellectual property. And what this does is it creates an issue in your back of house, Seller Central, account health. If you get too many of these, you are likely to lose your Amazon selling account. And if you're a new seller, it's very likely that you can have one or two and then Amazon might shut you down. So spotting these things is going to be key to ensuring the account remains healthy and you can continue to sell on Amazon. So let's jump in now. So the first one I'm going to be looking at is a product, which is actually a private label product. And I'll show you what that looks like in the Keeper chart. So here we are in this Ilya brand. So let's scroll down and have a look at the chart. So what are we noticing straight away? Well, really nice straight lines. You might be thinking, well, hey, this is an amazing product that I want to be buying because of the straight line. But what you're going to really be looking at is this new off account. What I am noticing is that's pretty straight as well. And when I see new off accounts which are straight, that's immediately a red flag. Because in a normal market, you have people coming in, going out, coming in, going out, and new sellers coming on the listing, coming off, selling through. But if you never see that, that's something to say that, this product doesn't really let new sellers in. So let's scroll out to a year. And what we notice is it's still pretty straight. There has been times where there's been one or two extra people popped on, but they soon dropped off and it's been back straight again. And if we scroll out all the time, we've seen it's got a real history over the last 3 years of just one seller on the listing. Now, if this was me, I would be looking at this listing saying, hey, first thing, the number of competitors on this listing is very, very small, which gives me a big, this isn't a nice place to buy products and sell, a nice product I want to sell, because not many people are doing it, and I need to be very careful. But number two, that straight line is generally the pricing that you see when brand themselves are actually selling the product for a fixed price. So because of that, for me, whenever I see very low number of seller count, very straight, and generally a very straight buy box price, I always walk away and say, I'm not going to take the risk. Now, the next IP complaint product I want to show you is one whereby there are going to be lots of sellers on the listing. And I'm going to show you what specifically you're going to be looking for in the new off account that's going to show a big red flag that you want to be careful of, because this is going to show you exactly when that supplier or that manufacturer is doing IP complaints. And so generally, I'll still walk away from these. Let's jump on now. So this is a Milwaukee product. Now, these guys are known for issuing IP complaints. So let's scroll down and have a quick look at the chart. Now, again, what we're going to be looking at, usually doing IP checks, is looking at this new off account right here. Now, right now, you might be thinking, hey, there are about 45 sellers on the listing, and I've seen lots of sellers coming and going over time. That looks great. What we want to do is flick out, first of all, to the 1 year, and then we will be flicking out to all time. Now, the first thing I'm seeing right here is a drop there. I'm seeing another drop there. I'm seeing another one there and another one there. And what do I mean by drop? I mean vertical lines straight down. In a normal marketplace, you'll see one seller go, another seller go, another seller go. It'll be kind of like steps, maybe looking something like this or like that. That's what I would expect to see. But when I see vertical lines, that's some external force kicking a lot of people off that listing. Let's zoom in and have a look right now. So if we zoom in on this section right here, what can I see? Well, I can see if I zoom in on this section right here, I can see it went from 30 sellers, lots of sellers, to none. Literally nothing. Not a single seller on that listing for a period of time. That looks like a lot of people got kicked off this listing very, very quickly, which is very unusual. It doesn't happen. Now, number two, let's have a quick look here. Now, it's went from 30 people, 34 people, down to 4. Now, it might be that 4 people are authorized to sell this product. Okay, the other 30 completely gone. That's another big red flag there. Now, if I look again here, what can I see? We've gone from 39 down to 21. I'm like, that's quite a big jump as well. I'm going to be really careful. Now, I think for you, whenever you're looking at charts like this, regardless of how good you are, how long you've been selling, if I'm seeing these drops here, I would generally just walk away. I'm not interested. There are so many other products that I can sell, which are going to make me profit, and it's just not worth the risk of getting IP complaints. It just causes too much administration. Now, the next product I want to show you is whereby the graph is not actually showing you all the information you want. And you're going to ask, how do I analyze this product? Is it even selling? Should I buy it? Let's jump into that and show you now what these look like. And this is going to be really advanced level stuff to help you understand Keeper analysis. So right now we've got this Nintendo Ring Fit Adventure for the Switch. And let's go and scroll down and have a quick look. So the moment I look on here, you're thinking, hey, Tom, you've turned off the sales rank. Well, actually, I haven't. Sales rank is turned on, but what you can see, there is no sales rank showing. And this is because, if you remember where we look for sales rank, it's normally down here under the product information, but there is no product information here because this product isn't in a category right now. This is some issues that Amazon have with their catalog, but they were not storing that information. So you've got no sales rank data to go off. So what can we do? Let's have a look at all time. We can see there was a sales rank data in the past, but right now there isn't. So how do we analyze this product? Well, the first thing that I'm going to be looking at, and I'll zoom out to this period, or zoom into this period, is to say, what can I understand? Well, the first thing I can see is that over this time, the number of sellers is going down slowly. I can actually see a lot of sellers coming in, sellers coming off, coming down, going off. That's a really good sign. Generally, you're not going to see sellers coming into a listing and going off the listing if they're not selling the product. But if you're seeing a lot of that movement, then you're going to say, look, I think this product could still be selling. That's going to be important. Now, number two, I'm looking at the price. I'm just seeing what's gone on, and I can hover over and see Strawberry Entertainment was on the buy box. I can look over worldwide distribution. I can look over Lambel, Japan. I can see lots of different people coming in and going, which is really helpful to me to understand. I think this product might still be selling. But the question you're asking is like, the price it's selling for, there's new sellers, how many is it actually selling? A lot of time the tools don't help us. This is where we jump over to the data tab up here, and we're going to go over to the offers themselves. And this is really important because we can actually jump into each individual seller on the listing and understand what's happened. Now, for me, when I'm ever doing analysis in here, I always make sure I turn on Prime only. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is because Keeper will show you the prices or the history for both Prime, FBA only, and FBM only. Now, remember, FBM can be selling on Amazon and eBay. And if, for example, they have 10 units in stock and they sell 3 of them, and you can see 3 disappearing on their stock, but they actually go to eBay, you might think they're Amazon sales, but they're not. So I only use FBA for understanding stock changes, which implies sales on Amazon. So you can see here Prime, you can click FBA. And then what I also do is turn off used and collectible. Just make sure I'm doing new because that's what I'm selling. And then I'm going to click on include historical. This just shows me all the historical sellers. Now, what I'm going to be looking at is very specifically these graphs here. And what I'm looking for is changes in their stock levels. So you can see this seller right now, you just go across, Lambel Japan, you can see, look, he had 14 in stock on May the 30th. Then he dropped down to 5, and that's quite a big jump. So I think maybe that might not be realistic, but I can definitely say that from 5, he went down to 4, then to 3, then to 2, then to 1. So I can say, look, he's definitely sold some products during that period. And if I keep scrolling down, I can see this guy, Strawberry Entertainment, 15 down to 5, and then down to 3. And I can have a look down again and say, well, I can't see any other stock movement. So what I can probably say is that when I look at just this period right here, I can say this guy on June the 4th had 5 in stock. And when we come down to June the 16th, he had 1 in stock and probably sold out on the 19th. So in about a month and a half, this product probably sold 5 units there for that seller. And in the same one right here, I'm probably not going to include this 15 down to 5, but I will definitely say that it looks like he probably sold out in that period as well. So June the 4th down to there, 5 plus maybe 5 here, could have sold 10 in that period. Now, again, what I'd always do is take this as a pinch of salt, be very careful. And it means that maybe I'm not going to go buy 100 units, but I might buy 1 or 2 or 3, ship them in and see how well they sold. I know that it does sell, but probably doesn't sell that many because my competition is showing me through their stock drops that actually how many they've sold, which is really, really helpful. But remember, you've always got to have on the Prime FBA. So important. You are just looking for the FBA sellers, not the FBM sellers. Okay, so if you're struggling to find the profitable products, or maybe even the products you are buying are tanking, what do you need? You need to find those profitable suppliers which are working for Amazon sellers. This is why I've put together my top 100 supplier list for the USA and for the UK. And if you look in the description right now, you're going to see a link to that where you can access it for free. Have a look down below.